we shall have target in the yellow on the outside. He'll be playing as the Burgundians, and El Matador in the red on the inside. He'll be playing as the Turks. And then for Nocturna A, we'll have running in the blue as the Aztecs on the inside, and Anatov in the green as the Poles on the outside. Ooh, okay. So we are going to see the scout coming forward for Anatov. And I think the thing about this map is it is really hard to wall off both sides and have a consistent wall. As we see, we have one Vil to both sides and Loom for Anatov, and he's going for the walls immediately. I have seen some very dangerous sneaks if you can get forward unseen. What an amazing map. Yep, and all credits to Bazi the author. So we had, the first map was made by Golden Lakes, that was made by Samado. We saw him in the chat earlier. I made 4 seasons, and this map was made by Bazi, and then I edited it a bit to be consistent with the 2v2 settings we're using for Cartographers. Each player does have a small wood line by their TC. I wanted to make it not super harsh if you get tower rushed or forwarded and pushed off the middle wood line. I played one, mostly because I played one game and that happened to me, and I was like, nope, we need some safer wood. But other than that, you have a ton of gold in the middle, also 3 relics in the middle for the arena clowns to fight over, and then 2 relics on each end where we see Anatov already heading to wall up. So target not walling up, but that could mean he once again is the target if Anatov goes for any aggression on the outside. Saracen crossbows with the bonus damage are very good at knocking. We did see that in the show match the other day, where Nocturna A did go for a sling on the outside, slinging the Britons player on the inside. So Saracen slinging the Britons to go for the crossbow damage. And it was a very effective strategy, honestly. It worked pretty well. It was scary. So Javelina on the inside, taken there by El Matador, getting the Vils to surround it as well as he can. Is there a houseboat map? There is not a houseboat map. I was very tempted to use Life Raft, which is 2v2 houseboat, but instead of your own transport, you have your allies' transport. So you have to yell at each other in the voice chat to transport each other's Vils. But I figured we'll save that for another day. Maybe that'll be like the punishment if we have teams who like violate the rules. Instead of admin losses, we can just make them play that map. Sneak up top by green or going back. And thank you. Am I supposed to fill in the blanks on this map? DCSTR, thank you for the follow. Or on the blanks in the name. Maybe there are like vowels I have to buy to throw in there, but thank you for the follow. So not a sneak from Anatov, just an outpost and a palisade wall. On the bottom, we have target scouting, sees that this is walled. He's up. Like the categories being different, I do too. I know you can definitely tell. If this were a 4v4 category, my first thought was to go Black Forest, Michi, and Amazon Tunnel as the forest category. But then I thought maybe for a 2v2 that doesn't work as well as 4v4s. So we went for BF, Jungle Rumble, and Forest Pond. So all kind of different maps, but all at least featuring some forest. The map bans are different though. It is, you simply, there's no like inter-banning in a category. It's you pick one map from the category, and then there's banning an entire category. I have some images in the handbook if you're, I think they explain it. I should maybe just put some more links below the chat, like to the handbook, to the Discord for the tournament, and to the brackets below the stream. I'm gonna redo my stream panels for once I figure out as we go through the tournament, and I think that'll be good info to add now that I've thought about it. Add that as a comment to myself. Jungle Rumble. Yeah, yes, indeed. Petito's asking me. It has the stones on the outside, yes. How long does it take to chop through that wood line? It is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 trees. So it's 700 wood worth of chopping. How long does that take? I don't know. And then I think it's a bit thicker all the way on the very extreme. But, yeah. So this is different approaches to the woodline chopping now that you mention it. We have target going to the middle and trying to chop through, whereas Anatov is on the outside. He is not chopping. He wants to be walled and safe on the outside. He does not want anyone getting through to him. And I wonder if this is going to be a sling then from Anatov. And I wonder how well the Poles are able to sling, even if they go Castle Age, do handcart. I mean, do heavy plow, and then have folwark farms for slinging. So there's the market. And New Year the Pro, hello. Here's the market from Anatov. Where's the blacksmith? Is he just gonna feudal sling if it's just a market? Okay, this is gonna be a heavily taxed feudal sling. How is the tournament going? This is our first set. So it is going as you see in front of you. And there will be pushed in towards the TC. There we go. And boom. Taken. Anatov. Oh no, he's doing the blacksmith too. He's doing the blacksmith. Okay, not a feudal sling then. Maybe he's gonna click up. Yep, he's up to the castle age. Okay, I was thinking just a market. We put the blacksmith in later. So barracks from running, and it's probably gonna be a sling for eagles in the middle. El Matador as the Turks is going to open for light cav. Play this like a standard game of arena. The macaws are hoovering very close to the ground in the middle on this hill. Didn't have the wood. Why the map name changed? And we changed the map name because we are having it spawn on all 4 directions, and I didn't think Eastern Coastline made sense for a map where the coastline could be on the west side. So we changed the name. Originally the coast was always on the east of the map, but now it can be in 4 orientations, so it needed a name that was consistent with the map. And of course, credits to Algernon back during the ECL for coming up with it. And Layer 609, thank you for the follow. And the Crocodile trying to get to the Vills, but they will wall themselves in. And we'll have the Monastery in the middle from running. Nice use of the Crocodiles from El Matador to get them to target the spears. Oh, I think there was another map named Sumatra. Robo said something about that. I had no idea about that map, though. There's another map called Valley of Kings, but it was an Age of Mythology map, apparently. So Vils from Anatov going to come forward, and he's going to castle drop on the edge of the map. I kind of might even prefer the castle drop being on this side, so it would hit the wood line more and stop El Matador from chopping wood. Okay, so it's not going to be a feudal sling. I thought we might see a sling. So target used the market as part of the wall, had walled up with a number of houses. Castle will try to shoot through them, though. So target should see that and be aware of it. Yes, he will be. He's not going to get an attack notification right away, though, so he actually needs to see it. And he is slinging. Target is slinging. He is going to sling El Matador in the middle. And Target's going to need to wall. He's going to need to stone wall behind this. He's going to need to do another layer here, a layer here, and maybe even 2 layers there, and like work. He's going to need a lot of stone. He's going to need to wall because he's going to be pressured hard by this potential Schlachter privilege night flood if Anatov goes up and does the unique tech. So I think this map's going to be really interesting with how players wall and then pressure the sides. Because on the outside, you were very much not safe despite the map almost being Michi. Bulls are not famous for cheap cav raiding your eco. Well, he's the Burgundians, and he was thinking of doing a feudal age slaying. Do Burgundians get coinage in the feudal age? I never even thought about that. Do they get it in age earlier? It doesn't look like he's researched it, so I'm going to say no. And, okay, he could lose the market while slinging. He could use the market while slinging, which would be disastrous. And remember, in the feudal age, the stone walls only have 1,080 hit points. So the sling will be pressured. 1 petard gets through. Castle can't hit that yet, but Fletching and Bodkin could. And I guess the good thing for Target is that there is no ranged unique unit or ranged unit out on the field from Anatov. Maybe he would have wanted a monastery and a monk at least to collect that relic and convert the walling bills. Anatov's gonna sling too. Anatov's swapping to slinging. So both players gonna be slinging their respective teammates in the middle. Let's go, we have a double sling. Monks and pikemen going to keep the light cav away from the Vil for now. Running with that Aztec monk wants to pick up a relic, but he's going to be chased down by the light cav. Now he'll just run them as far away from his Vils as he can. Yeah, exactly. He should petard the market to stop the sling. I think will he do that? He's going to do a few obuki. So he's going to hammer down the market to stop the sling. And another market right on the outside of the wall. Well, if this market goes down, he needs another one. He had Vils here. Why not build it there? What is El Matador doing in the middle? He is going forward for a castle drop on Running's face, going on his forward base. Would have maybe liked to have seen it over on that gold. But with the light cav, he should be able to get the castle up and then start doing some Janissaries as the Turks. If we get to the point where we see the elite Janissary upgrade with the hats, that's going to be awesome. So castle will go up. And at the same time, though, Imperial Age for Running. And usually, if you're the Turks, you want to be the one going up faster, but the Aztecs do have some options to go imp and then get block printing for long-range monks. What map pack? Yeah, it's the Cartographers 2 map pack. It's just the map pack for the tournament. Do !Carto to get a link to the tournament info. I'll link that under the stream too. So, ooh, what is this castle? Have I seen the new architecture on the Turk castle yet? I probably have. Nice octagon at the top there. That's really cute. Like ladder to go up to the top and then walk around. I like that. I like that. He's going to be breaking through the wall, doing some Janissaries. So Running going up to imp with a bit of a sling behind him. Will this be enough to defend? He's going to rush up his own castle. Imp on the way to for El Matador. He'll be 45 seconds behind, so behind in Treb production, but with the Turks and their free chemistry, he will get bombard cannons out right away. Does not have fletching on the castle. Now, fletching on the castle can be useful for keeping units farther away from the castle, in particular keeping monks away from converting your cannons. And now he's going to go for the Vils, building the castle with the Janissaries. Gets a Vil, try to get another couple of Vils if he can. Now the castle, 90%, still a ways away from finishing. Thank you, Patino, for the follow. Janissary is going to run away, though. Not going to try to keep pressuring with the castle up. On the other side, the Obuki continuing to pressure, as Target just continues to throw up his own stone walls. So pressuring, look at all these stone walls, 61 tiles after some had already been destroyed, and the second market gonna go down. Target needs a market at home. He needs a market at home so it doesn't go down. He's almost chopped through to the middle. He's still a ways away there. All these stone walls, Batman. Now we're not playing enclosed. And we're going to have another wall and a tower. So, just like... Oh, the quick wall on the villager. The quick wall, they were through, but he walled them out. So the tower will be like Aragorn asking Legolas to bring down the Uruk-hai before he gets the torch to the wall. And we have a pause. What is the pause? I don't see any chat. See any chat for the pause. Different wood thickness on top to bottom. It has the same wood thickness on all sides. It's 7 trees. The YouTube chat's asking. It's 7 trees wide. It just looks a bit different here because of the hill. I think it's harder to count, but we tested the map. We flattened all the hills and counted the trees. So it's 7 and 7 on both sides, and just a bit thicker on the edges. Slightly thicker on the edges if you're just chopping right to the side. So still don't know what the pause is for. See any chat in the game. And Morcha, thank you for the follow. Is this ping I'm getting?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, Rebel Deadmouse, for the follow. And there we go, block printing, redemption. We have the monk upgrades for running. And Furman AoE, thank you for the follow. However, monks, what are monks going to do against free Hussar? The Turks get the free Hussar upgrade. So with a bit of a sling, actually. Ooh, free Hussars. And now it'll be 2 bombard cannons and the first Treb popping out. And this is going to be a contest of microing the bombard cannons against the monks to try to keep the monks away and then eventually hit the Trebs. Okay, monks forced back. And 2 shots immediately on the Treb. 2 shots, not enough to destroy a Treb. And this is where... Oh, what is that pathing? He's going to pick off the Treb. And then you basically have Heresy underneath the castle. The cannon gets picked off immediately. So gets a Treb, and with 1 Treb down, 10 Vils will be enough to repair. And the monks being forced back. Remember, now you need elite Janissary for 8 range. Base ones only have 7. And we have... Ooh, we have some Obuki getting in on the outside. They finally have hammered their way through that wall. The tower was not enough. But the walls will be repaired in the back, so not too bad for Target to deal with, as long as he garrisons the Vils on the TC. This square of farms around the mill will be in trouble, though. Maybe no armor on them, so they have to deal with the TC fire. No fletching on the TC, though. I'd say kind of like, it's like a running track, kind of like a rectangle circle hybrid. So a couple conversions on the Janissaries. The game speeds up and slows down due to the pause. Another monk going down. 2 HP left. Some Janissaries go down, but that's a lot of cannons still. That's a lot of Trebs. If they trade castles, though, I feel like this could even be good for El Matador. He needs to trade the castles, though. Because of all the cannons that he has, he can continue the push even if the Trebs go down. No more Janissary production, though. And he's going to pack up the Trebs and run away. Try to fight another day. As his sling has been weakened by the Obuki that broke through. Vils will take down an Obuk. I don't think I've ever seen Vils fighting Obuki before, but there's a first time for everything. We'll probably see a lot of firsts in this tournament. Another Obuk running away from a villager. Who wins this fight? Who wins this fight? The guy with the big hammer or the guy with the small knife? Oh, the guy with the... the next hit wins. I don't know who's faster. Obuk runs away. So the sling from Target definitely has been disrupted. And now it's going to give running a chance to push back. Even with the double workshop cannons, El Matador was not able to push. And now it's a lot of very scary Aztec monks and Aztec pikemen coming out. Maybe what El Matador needs is some bombard towers. That's an expensive upgrade, but maybe with a sling he could afford it, and that could keep the monks away. Just needs to make sure that the cannons don't get converted. Maybe he could even do heresy. If he can get a good shot on the monks while they stand still to convert, that'd be one thing. And he did not get... Oh, that's a lot of sling messages. He did not get artillery, so he does not have the extra range. Their tower in the back of Running's base. On the back of Running's base? Oh, there is. Target. Stopping Running from chopping through. I don't know if he wanted to or not, but he was stopped. Monk's still trying to convert Hussars. Somehow those conversions have not broken, even though the Hussars are outside the line of sight. They don't break until the monks stop walking. And I think the monks will stop walking soon. Yep, they ran away just in time. So this is what I was thinking, that cannons could turn and hit the TC, but enough repairs on the TC to keep it alive. Turk's player trying to swap to Cav Archers. Cav Archers, I mean, if you get enough of them and they're fully upgraded, I think they do counter everything that's here, but it's about getting enough of them. And I don't know if El Matador can make that switch in time. Villager running away, still has gold in the middle. And Hatch, thank you for using your Prime sub. Thank you for the sub. That monk wants a conversion. Looking at the Vils, at least there's more Vils for El Matador. He's still with a feudal age sling though from Target. Does Anatov have coinage? He does, so the sling is going to be much better from Anatov to Running. He has it once from our skirms. I don't think Turks can go feudal age skirmishers against this. Cannons taking out monks. One conversion in. Is there devotion? There's no devotion. El Matador is not devoted. He's using bombard cannons against monks and he's not devoted. Oh boy, if he were devoted, maybe that'd be a different story. But now skirms, maybe the skirms are the answer for Running. As he's going to start adding in skirms. Yeah, he needs, even more than heresy, he needs devotion. Turks have access to everything. There's just too many monks for the Hussars to pick off. He's going to get converted. If he had heresy there, he could sacrifice to pick off monks. But, ooh, he's getting converted, and that's giving more scouts then to Running. Trebs could start to try to pick off the mining camps. Although the cav archer numbers are starting to climb. Hold on a minute, as the cav archer numbers are starting to climb. The scores are still really close. Somehow, Matador also lost Vills. Maybe they ran into the castle in the back? And probably lost Vills in the middle. One big fight with pikemen pushing forward. Monks behind trying to convert cannons. Every cannon that gets converted is a huge expensive loss. But the pikemen, not really useful in this composition right now. Another conversion coming in though. Converted cannons now need to be picked off ASAP. Skirms themselves do not have armor. Those Turk cannons have so much HP even when converted. And the eagles are coming. The eagles are coming. They're getting mowed down by cav archers, though. Eagles need their armor. Still only eagle scouts, no eagle warrior. You have your Twitch bookmark set here? Aw, thank you. Yeah, you can set a YouTube bookmark now to the YouTube streams. Yeah, the monks are now very affordable for running, that's true. They cost gold, and he has gold. And SKO7, thank you for the follow. The cav archers, though, the cav archers are taking down the skirms. The skirms do not have their armor, and unarmored skirms absolutely die to cav archers. And El Matador is winning this fight. He's cleaning everything. The Treb hits the cannon. He's cleaning everything. The Treb goes down. The scores are flipping back and forth. The slings are coming in fast and intense. Maybe I should turn those messages off at some point. We all know there's a sling. Maybe Capture Age could, like, clamp down the sling messages. Maybe just say, like, P3 to P1 instead of the full names. And we don't need to see the tax, maybe. We need, like, a minimal sling message. Although on the outside, green is through. You are right, green is through. He is petarded through the walls. And this could be horrible for Target. Target is still in the feudal age. He is still slinging, and his hope is to chop through to the safety of the middle. He's got one tree to go through now. He's putting his entire economy onto this wood line to try to chop through to safety. Oh. He's trying to chop through. He's almost there, but these Vills and Obuki and Petards are coming forward. And, well, Target, he is ready to do some running to get through to the middle. The cav archer numbers are climbing. The Aztec player is swapped into Arbs. And now El Matador is not going to have any more sling, as Anatov will have a bit of a sling still. The Aztecs have Atlatl skirms yet? No, they do not. No Atlatl yet. But that doesn't help them stay alive. Remember, the Aztecs missed the final armor upgrade. And without the armor upgrade on the Arbs, Arbs can actually struggle here. I don't know if we can ever get heavy cav archer and the unique tech Siphi. Ooh, that's not too expensive though from El Matador, but his heavy cav archers, if they're fully upgraded, and maybe that's a big if without the sling anymore, will do wonders against the Arbs. And now maybe it's a big problem that Anatov has not realized Target is trying to flee to the middle. He's so close to getting there. 30 wood, 20 wood, he's through. Because if those Arbalests came over here, they could massacre all of the villagers. And this team would be completely dead. But for now, he's safe and he's through. Yeah, no thumbring for the Arbs either. The Aztec Arbs, not really the best. And big number of Trebs pushing forward. Here's the question, do you go for the monks or the Trebs if you have all those cannons? And we do at least have fletching heavy cav archer and Siphi on the way. And maybe with heavy cav archer, Matador still could take a fight. His score definitely is higher than Running's score. And if he could ever just clear the castle, then he could take a wonderful fight. But he has cav archers hoovering around on the other side. We have the defensive stone walls from Target. As Target has made it through, he's going to get rid of that feudal age TC. That was rammed down. And just TC the middle now. More rams coming forward for Anatov as Target is walling and walling and walling. As now with all the cav archers forward though, the monks cannot convert the cannons. The cannons can take out the Trebs, and if the Trebs and monks go down, then there's nothing to keep the castle alive. This is an expensive fight for El Matador with all the cav archers. The Trebs trying to snipe off the cannons, but the Turk cannons, the Trebs go down, the castle will go down. El Matador is taking a huge score lead over Running. and the Treb goes down, that castle will fall, and all of a sudden El Matador has the better army in the middle, and this is where the Aztecs will struggle. They can't deal with the heavy cav archers now, but the heavy cav archers have to go clean the arbs that are on Target's TC. Target again being targeted. Feudal Age TC only has 6 pierce armor, these arbs have 10 attack, but they will be cleaned by the cav archers. They'll be left out to dry. Maybe, I mean, the Turks can only do mangonels against the rams, but maybe mangonels are needed to stop them from breaking through. The TC will take out one ram, and Target is just walling. Target is just walling. El Matador using the market. But now running is falling apart. Has running chopped through? Not quite. This one tower from Target is still stopping running from chopping through. I can say that sentence. And he needs to break to the outside. And this is one heck of a rumble in the jungle we have. We're gonna have a castle drop from Anatov again on Target. He's going to stay on target as now El Matador needs to secure some gold control in the middle. The Turks need gold, but he's got 53 cav archers now, and I don't know if the Aztecs can deal with that. He still has his castle up. He can add in some more hussars, doing more armor. Again, the Turks do have that +1 pierce armor. He's going to heavy cav archer plus hussar to clean the arbs, and I think all these arbs are going to die. I think all the arbs are going to die. No vills garrisoned in the TC. Arbs could maybe hop in the TC, but they will be picked off. They'll run away from the skirms and try to pick arbs. And running is collapsing in the middle as El Matador is taking the score lead. Green Eco 2 boomed. That's true. We're going to have 130 vills for the pole player now. And then Anatov can chop through, and all of a sudden he can Schlachter privilege his way to the middle. He can winged hussar his way to the middle if he doesn't have much gold left. He already slung all the gold. The ram's still pushing. Although, to be fair, maybe the cav archers, if he notices this, could stop him from chopping to the middle. I guess running needs to keep El Matador involved in the fight. Poles, though, kind of a weakness to archer units. Remember, the Poles also lack the final armor for their cav. So we can get Schlachter privileges researched, but he's going to be running into Turk-heavy cav archers, which are maybe one of the best counters there is to Schlachter privileges. And now Matador is going to get some gold control. And I guess the good thing for Anatov's eco is that if running ever dies, Anatov can sling him back into the game. Target still in the feudal age, no hope of going up anytime soon. 49 vills. At least he has the Burgundian's economy. He does have handcart. If he needs to run away, his vills will be faster. He needs to chop his way inside for Schlachter privileges. Maybe we could see even more walling. A couple of bombard cannons to deal with rams, though, and to try to take out the castle. That's going to force some repairs on the castle. And Target needs to repair that TC. Maybe he's still slinging El Matador. Maybe he needs to stop slinging wood. As the rams are through, and maybe the Schlachter privilege could just come from this side, as it is capped ram now. And the cav archer is going to have to go turn over to deal with this as the skirms are pushing through. And Target will run away with his handcart villagers and just try to find another place to do another TC. Skirms do lack their final armor. Oh, I was looking at the wrong thing. They lack the armor. Lots of armor being lacked everywhere. Members of our winged hussars will block out the sun. Well, then these cav archers will fight in the shade. It's shady in the jungle, right? And I think he's going to go for cavaliers. Cavaliers and siege rams. So siege ram to absorb some arrow fire. Rams might go down a bit before that. Some eagles are chasing the vills that are running. And I really do think they need to stop this wood eco from Anatov. Just a few cav archers hoovering around there could do it. We have another TC from Target. But all of the middle now is controlled by El Matador. What the heck is this map? Turks with gold are super strong. I have no idea who's going to win this game. We have a good score lead now for El Matador, as the Aztecs can't really do much. And they still, have they chopped out? I think he's just about to chop out. Just about to chop out and be able to run. Still on 88 vills. His team up by 100 vills, but no gold control. Cav archers are going to try to chase down the arbs as the bombard cannons get some more room in the middle. And this arb army will go down. They will go down easily. So 2k wood for El Matador. And as much as he's not doing a food unit, feels like maybe he needs food even just eventually to sling Target back into the game. Can they win just by controlling the middle? That's a lot of eco damage to Anatov. And now, we were talking about Anatov going Schlachter privileges. If he chopped through anywhere, the cav archers actually can go through. And he didn't actually chop through. Maybe it's actually an advantage now for El Matador to chop through and just try to raid Anatov's eco with the cav archers, because this eco is wide open. The eco would be wide open. Market and blacksmith for target, so he maybe can go up. The Aztecs player is losing the relics. You're going to have light cav and attack upgrades starting to be researched by Anatov as the pulls. And he didn't chop through by 2 wood, by 1 wood! 1 wood is all that's preventing the cav archers from flooding the economy of Anatov. But to be fair, this is an insane map, and it's hard to figure out what to do. He just needs 1 villa to chop through. And the light cav are going to take out the cannons. It's still a 70 villager lead. Okay, a lot of villas have just died. Not much room for running to place the villas, and yeah, now it's his turn to run. He will wall this off and go to the corner. And the cannons are going to push the barracks. And I think this team is going to do it. I think the hopes of the reverse sweep are still alive. They have so much military in the middle, although here we go. Skirms and Schlachta Privilege and Siege Rammed. This is going to be a big push from Anatov. And okay, target is doing a gate behind the wood. He needs to chop the wood though and open this up. they need to raid Anatov. They can't let him have this free eco. Anatov also needs to wall this. His NOC is winning this. It's going to be skirms, but again, skirms that lack the final armor upgrade against the extra hit points of the cav archers and the extra armor of the hussars. The siege rams will be important in this fight, but Turk hussars will be great here. Turks will have much better hussars against the pierce armor. And NOC is knocking on victory turds. The Rams are going down. This is a huge score lead now. 17,000 score for Matty, for El Matador. You're missing... What do you mean missing chemistry? Target is up to the Castle Age. Target is up to the Castle Age. I suppose there's still a universe where mangonels or cannons from the pole player destroy that TC and stop him from getting there, but he is up to the Castle Age. Oh, in the back, there's another... Oh, there's a raid. Oh, there was an overchop by this wood line, and now the Schlachta Privilege Cavaliers have gotten to the back of El Matador's eco. He is dropping in villagers, actually. Oh, wait, there's more Cavalier raids. There are Cavalier raids from Anatov. There was an overchop over here, and that's letting Anatov into the eco. Now, actually, El Matador might need to stonewall this, and then just rely on his base, stopping Anatov from getting in from the outside and raiding. This game is absolutely wild. The Cavaliers are being pelted down by the Cav Archers. And again, the Poles, they lack that final armor upgrade, so the Cav Archers will be really effective against them. This game is hilarious. Hello, T90. So the Cav are going down. At the same time, though, Schlachta Privilege from Anatov is coming in. Target, though, he's 54 vills up to the Castle Age. There still is no raid on Anatov's eco, and El Matador is dropping in military numbers. Maybe I was premature at saying he was going to win. Well, he does have a lot of Cav Archers. He just needs to use the Cav Archers in the fight. Oh, thank you, T90, for using your Prime sub. And the skirmisher is going to go down to the Cav Archers. As an unobserved chop at an unfortunate time. Can El Matador win this fight in the middle? The army going down, being cut down from Anatov. He's coming forward, trying to do more cav, more winged hussars. And now they're going to swap roles. They're going to swap roles. Running is doing coinage, and Running is going to start slinging Anatov. To try... Running has become the slinger, and he is going to try to get this Pole army to raid the middle. But now we have the heavy Cav Archers holding the hill. Remember, this isn't just a wood line, this is a hill. And Archfrost, thank you for the sub. He's going to hold the hill with the Cav Archers. This castle was hit by the bombard cannons earlier, but it stayed up, so at least there's some defense from Anatov. The Cav Archers might not want to run straight in. Eventually, though, this team, they have to realize they have gated out trees they could chop through and raid the eco. And now we have trade being established. So they might not have gold in the middle, but we do have a trade line set up by Nocturna A, the cliff being a bit annoying there, but we'll have a market on the outside, so they don't have gold access, but they will have trade. We now have a Turks player with all the gold in the world. We have so much gold selected that there's 159 gold tiles. Capture A's displays a skull on that for some reason. 115k gold in the middle as the stable goes down, and now the cav archers will be trying to hold the hill. El Matador trying to push down. Now he's going to push into the former base of Target that has been occupied by Anatov. So Target and Running have each lost their bases. El Matador almost lost his base. The cav archers with all that HP will be holding the hill. I don't think this will be enough winged hussars, although they are stacked for the... Does he have the unique tech? Does he have the unique tech? Oh, he doesn't have the unique tech. Lechitic Legacy. The splash damage would have been great there with how stacked they are. But Anatov doesn't have the numbers. He can't take the fight. He can't take the fight. The cav archers are pushing back. What kind of tournament is this? It is a 2v2 tournament. And we're seeing camel. Oh, the Turks, they have heavy camels, of course. They have fully upgraded heavy camels. They have the perfect answer to Schlachter privileges and winged hussars. Turks OP. Wouldn't Flemish militia be a great unit here? I guess Target could train them from the barracks now. He doesn't need to do the unique tech. Anatov still holding behind, hoping there's not going to be another overchop. This was re-walled with some stone walls this time. This wasn't walled, but the back of the base was. And, well, wait a minute. Oh, wait, this entire time Target has had Vils in the corner. I didn't even notice this. Target has had Vils in the corner chopping wood. There's golden stone in the corner. I think Anatov didn't check that. He could do his own markets, and this team could do their own trade, but I think just taking the gold in the middle is better than trade. They're not reading the left side is walled off by the wood. Anatov perfectly calculated, left one wood on that tree. Oh, does this team not realize that the trees have wood on them? Are they going to try to go for a ram push? Can they actually path to that ram? Or path the ram to the gate? Oh, wait, he's going to chop. Did he just let him in? Did he let him? I can't tell. I can't tell. Did he chop a path for the ram to get in? He did. He did. The Phil's auto-tasked to the one tree that had wood, and that's going to let the ram reach the gate. Oh my gosh, and that's going to let now Target, who is at 200, or Running, who's at 200 pop, start contributing to this. And they're going to have a lot of skirms pushing through. This is Target's eco. Target needs to run and maybe get back to his own side of the map. As some cav archers and camels will clean up the archers over here. And Anatov on the southeast has a couple of Vils left, but is almost cleaned. Is it Lattle in for the skirms? Oh no, Lattle's still not in for the skirms. No Lattle, no Garland Wars. Running doesn't have any castles left, so he needs to get some castles at some point. And they're down, but they have trade, so it's not like they're going to be lacking for gold. And they will be through, and they will have a lot of skirmishers for dealing with the cav archers, but finally Target, as the Burgundians, he has cavaliers. He doesn't need imp for an Imperial Age unit, he can just make cavaliers now and contribute to the fight. We'll have fortified wall on the way for El Matador. That ram will soak up some heavy cav archer fire. We might need to delete the lumber camp and that wall to get an engagement with the cavaliers. We don't have that production value. I was only given $2,000 for the admin cost, so I don't have vodka observing. Maybe in the future though for the next version. And thank you, Lizaria, for the follow. And the cavaliers, is that enough cavaliers? The cav archers are behind them on the hill, and they do have the hill bonus for the fight. And they're about to break through maybe. That's a lot of pikemen though. No Garland Wars on the pikes, however. Cavalier numbers will go down. There's still some rams to absorb arrows from the cav archers. Isn't gold just stronger than trade? I think so, yes. Although Burgundians vineyards too, so Target eventually will have extra gold. And this choke point being held, the Cavaliers pushing the winged hussars, at least holding until the camels can get there. Some arbalests still added in from the Aztecs. Pikemen will be a bit better against the camels, but the forest is pushed through, the breach is there. On the other side, everything completely is cleaned, just outposts left for Anatov. A great William Wallace campaign if they want to knock those down. This is not walled. There are still holes in the wall. I don't know if they would ever raid through there, but that is still open. And meanwhile, at the front, they are pushing in. They have pushed through the hill, the one-tile gap on the hill. What wonderful pathing we have through this forest gap. And thank you, Hakamir, for the sub. I don't know what Matador's KD is. Is the Pulse trample damage in? Yes, it is. It is in. Lechitic Legacy is in. The trample damage will be great for this fight. They're still trying to... Oh, the cannon shot on the... Oh, they didn't... I thought that was going for the pikeman. I did not have the perspective there. 2D graphics. Now he's starting to get cannons. The cannons here are going to be great on these clumped up units. Let's just see if a cannon shot can hit. Look for HP bars. One good attack round. And, oh, I didn't hit anything. Oh, okay, hit a few arbs. I mean, the perspective with this hill here is throwing me off. I realize that's it. It's the hill. Okay, at some point, target, you gotta delete that lumber camp and let your army through. We have a big traffic jam on top of the hill. We now have a huge score difference, though, and I think Nocturna B has managed to hold on and take the hill now. Small red raid on the left. Very small. And Imperial Age for target. We got crop rotation now for Anatov. He has not had crop rotation as the Poles for a long time, and that is horrible for his food eco. Right now, the Aztecs do not have a unit that can match the power of the Turk-heavy Cav archers, and neither do the Poles. And if Burgundians can just get paladins with all the gold they have, they will completely run through this. Yeah, the Turk CA is amazing. I still think I might prefer the Magyar for the extra attack and the extra range. You have a bit more room to micro them and keep them alive, but the staying power of the Turks with their hit points is amazing. And there are the GGs. Not even going to let target get to Imp, but Nocturna B does it. How long was that game? 1 hour, 8 minutes, and that was absolutely wild. I think it lasted so long, we might have even Twitch started playing pre-roll ads. And how did it last so long? Because of the KD from El Matador. 983 kills, and a total of only 223 to 182. So he himself had 1,000 kills. The other team had 400. Those Cav archers stayed alive. What the heck is that KD? What the heck is that KD? Anatov, that Pole eco. Yeah, he's going to have the best eco as the Poles, even without crop rotation. Pole farms. Amazing. Well, credits to Bazi for designing that map. I was worried maybe it would just be a snowball if one team wins the middle too easily, but that was amazing. Every reverse sweep begins with a single whatever this was.